We did not get to really talk.
He's going to flash, get away from the wall, into the headbutt, but On should be slowed up and taken down. Pays is going to grab first blood. Shadow's just a little bit too late here to find a response, even though Elk has lethal tempo going. Elk has to be... Shouldn't even expend the flash here, really. He is just gold. Given over to Elk on a silver platter there as BLG are on the board.
And Rumble is catching a huge wave on top side. He's going to get mid-wave.
Flicks him back towards his team there. Zhuo's going to flash back, but the Impale is here for Shadow. And Zhuo getting himself caught here, like we talked about, a huge pain point for both of these supports. Back on to Knight, problem is JDG. They're looking for the play, the flash forward on to Shun. They grab Knight. Scout doing some heavy lifting in the early game with this Azir. Gets Knight knocked down.
And he polishes two solid plays on...
Okay, Shadow falling behind Zhuo. Pays, not gonna get flicked back, but he does get stunned. Barrier down. Shadow should set the kill up, and Knight's able to grab it. Become away like,
control the mid-wave.
Nice, without flash, caught out of position here. All's gonna try and kite for him, but he's dead. Scout finds the first kill and gets the Emperor's Divide onto Shadow. Sure, he gets the Impale down, but there's nowhere to take these. Is just now leaving the fountain. Elk, we have to really carefully split the spell shield on the first knockup. Shun is gonna jump on top, and that's a huge Weaver's Wall coming across from Knight. Is gonna keep Elk safe. The fight going a bit long here, so watch the Sivers. Gets caught here by Zhuo, but Elk just does too much damage, and JDG might have over.
Where is Zhuo?
Where is my support? Where is Zhuo? He has some Magnetstorm crash down flash all to get out, and he's completely caught. An absolutely head-scratching play from JDG's support, and it might cost him even more. Pays has to flash away from Shadow. Elk is flashing forward on the Siver, and he's gonna get the kill onto Pays. Shadow trying to hold the front line as they get the pick onto Zhuo, and now On the Hunt is popped, and oh boy, look out for the ripping and roaring Siver. That is Elk just to run over the rest of JDG. Shun and Scout can only leave the dead corpse of Xiaoshu there.
The next 30 seconds, they're gonna grab bottom lane, mid lane, and top lane tier 2.
Gets right on top of Knight. Siver is still protected as Magnetstorm comes down, and Elk can start raining in this damage that JD Gaming have no answer for.
Scout!
Scout goes after him with a huge Shuriken Shuffle, but he's gone too far forward on his own, and Pays cannot step up past this equalizer. Scout falls, Pays is down. You got your golden goose, JD Gaming, but it's too little, too late. Ace and game 1 over to Bilibili Gaming. Bilibili Gaming are going to take a 1-0 series lead as they look to lock themselves in top 4, to lock themselves in to a third straight playoffs. Once we hear from Scout, Shadow's just dead. Scout really locking in on this early game fate. The track though is, how is Shadow going to try and make up this? Yep, now they're going after TP coming across from BLG. They're going to go on to On. They're going to allow Elk to kind of stack up and free hits. Turret shots are doing a lot of damage. Xiaoshu has to flash away. Is Elk going to flash after? No, Knight is here first. Land the stun and make sure that the Jax is sent packing.
Okay. Didn't get too much off of that. This taunt does not matter. Shun can come through. Oh, wait a minute, it's mattering.
No, it does. It does matter because Shun pops over the wall and executes him. TP, though, coming behind for On. Elk does not have ultimate yet. Can't transcend. Scout makes sure that Shun gets hooked into the public execution. And Ben gets himself the first kill as well. Knocks Zhuo out of his Zenith Blade onto the other side. Hero's Entrance going to come across, not going to get knocked up on anybody. Elk waiting to hold that Transcendence, but he gets jumped on by Shun. Good cleanse, flash back out, but Pays hunts him down and finds the trade kill. Pays with a double, looking for the triple, potentially against Shadow. Will not be able to find that trade. JD Gaming spring the trap at Grubs. There by Shun to get himself back out. Zhuo going to go in to set up the Hero's Entrance, and they try to blow up Shadow, and they do exactly that. Stun going to land from Xiaoshu. Look at Scout fly to the backline. Elk's going to immediately cleanse, but now he's got to deal with Pays right on top of him. Both AD carries trading blows, but Pays is bigger. Pays is better, and JD Gaming just wiped the floor with BLG.
1 for 5 ace, and they grab the Herald, and they're going to get 2 turrets potentially.
Xiaoshu is picked off here. Question now becomes, do they want to give the gold? Public execution doesn't have to be used here, and wow, that took a lot more time than you thought. And what does JD Gaming gain doing that? We're going on to Scout. Is it going to work too? Wow, all right. Now we're going after Shun with a depth charge. On one to keep the pressure going. BLG on the back for they need to find a way back in. They've got Elk transcended, but they need to get to Pays, who does get knocked up.
They're doing
Timbers
it!
dropped on his head. Pays is down now, and Elk is free firing. Strike stun, what a layer from Xiaoshu coming across, and Elk is down. 90 cent scattered, and Bin has no way to clean up this fight on the backside. And with that inhibitor wide open, JDG, if they can find these last couple kills, they might just silence the comeback with the win right here. Oh, and Scout flashes right on Knight's head, says, no, sir, this game is over. JD Gaming find their one big win. Playoffs is still a reality for this team. Powerful mid-game power. Oh my God! All right. What's going on? All right, the mid lane returned back to the. Yeah, we're going again.
No, that's fine. Again. He has bot lane.
It's done. Pays flashes on Shadow's head, and he's gonna find the kill for Scout. He uses the invis to get back out to safety. Elk now gets a huge blade caller onto 2, but has to flash back over the wall and shoot once again. Xiaoshu though trying to make it up a bit in his own solo lane. Down goes Bin. But you're going against maybe the first team All-Pro. Send Shun up for a 2v2 gank. Elk gonna get the blade caller down, but it doesn't matter. Xiaoshu taking over on his patent Renekton. Coming up the river with Shadow as well.
But,
okay.
Oh,
on the other side, Zhuo's holding the wall up. Grand entrance over the wall, knocks up Shun. The Elk can't get the blade caller. Pace steps up for the first kill. That's jungler for support. Engaged on the top side, gonna get knocked up, trapped, thrown against the wall between worlds, does not save him. Scout dropped for a 3rd time, and that secures 3 grubs. Good knock up, no chance for Scout to flash, and the TP from Xiaoshu is just a bit too late.
Advantage BLG.
All right, Death Rush, they're jumping, dropping the Cataclysm, everything on to on. Pick up that kill as the culling does come across. Shadow does not get stunned up. Zhuo to make sure that Bin can't recast it towards his squad.
Oh, the between
and
worlds.
Scout goes in for the eye, and he's able to get it. He's going to pay it with his life, but who cares? He's already 5 deaths deep now. Damage onto Shadow. He gets stunned up, and he gets cut down. Knight has aggro. He has to flash over the wall, but Chu's going to follow him and land the Braum stun. Boy, what a high bounty to pay for one measly turret.
Why the hell are we not instantly proccing the W? Would be feats of strength, and so far Shun has been the
King of Prodigy, but Bin's gonna go in with a double knockup into the Infernal Bomb with the charm over top. That is the piece de resistance of the Bilibili Gaming comp, and it finds them a pretty critical kill onto Scout. Now they're looking for more. Good block from Zhuo again on the call of the Forge God. Xiaoshu into the back lane, but where is the rest of the damage? He has to flash over the wall, but Shadow will follow him. Zhuo to fall, and next is the big croc going down with one more bot from Knight as he takes Shadow with him.
That's an incredible fight, but BLG, they still have their Zig.
From both Scout and Bin, but there's Elk going forward, the blade caller into the Featherstorm. What a way to set up BLG. It's leading forward with your AD carry, and boy, do they cash in. Shun is looking to go in for the Cataclysm, but Elk is untouched. Nobody can get towards Elk until it's too little, too late. He falls, but who can really clean up the rest of this fight for JDG? Because Knight is flashing after and perfectly predicting Scout's movements in fog. It's only the bot lane for JD Gaming, living to tell the tale. Scratch that. No, don't scratch it, but it's still a win for Bilibili. Yep, blocking the horn, but you can't block the big bomb from Knight. Down goes Scout and Zhuo, and is not long for this world. They do get the engage on the Shun. Defensive Cataclysm, he's already dead, and Xiaoshu not able to snap engage in time, and now he's kind of left in the wasteland that is behind BLG. They're stacked together. Ornhorn gonna land once again from Bin. He flashes over, and Elk gets the kill. And they might not go for the dragon. Here comes the final march forward for Bilibili Gaming. The results-based analysis is going to prove pivotal here as they get rid of the final members of JD Gaming and look to move to 9-3 and stay in contention for the top spot in the LPL.